without having a strong faith inside us. It's not, Dawah is not a profession. Dawah is not a job that you do. Dawah is something that you live for. As you said yesterday, as a Muslim, you are a da'i. You like it or not. Being a Muslim means that you are a da'i. People look at you from the first day the Prophet ﷺ came with a message until this very day. You're a Muslim. It's part of your genes. It's a part of your message. It's part of your, identity. Is to make da'wah, not as a profession or a job. Yes, some people may work in the field of da'wah, and they carry the burden of really lecturing, writing, publishing in the field of da'wah. But those groups, they be like the official ones, but they won't be successful without us as the normal Muslims, because it's through us that the others would believe in what they call and what they say and what they advocate. As I said yesterday, being a model example, not a perfect model example. One of the questions about the Prophet ﷺ as a model example, and we cannot reach his level. We cannot be like the Prophet ﷺ. That's true. We cannot be like the Prophet ﷺ for different reasons. But that's why he's the model example. That's why he's the perfect. That's why we aspire to. If we can be equal to him, then it's not him to be the good model. It will be us to be the good model. And this is not the case. So we try to do our best to be in the category of good Muslims, of believing Muslims. This is what we aspire to. This is what we try to do as normal citizens of Islam. I'm using citizen of Islam as, let's think of Islam as kind of like this, state where we belong to, the language of belonging here. So I'd like to underline this. We are trying to do our best, are trying to serve our Islam, our deen, but this doesn't mean that we are official dua, but by practice, by engaging people in normal life, and this is what we'll see today. So again, the purpose for meeting, one of the purposes is to really strengthen our iman, to know our deen. To know our deen, to enrich our faith.
Since we have lots of youngsters, mashallah, here, I think one of the missions as well of people who want to do dawah is to filter off the categories of the characteristics of the Prophet, like his time management, his communication skills, his mercy, his all these sorts of character traits. They're not there. And when I talk to people in England, it's like they're looking down at the Muslim Ummah, whether it's the rulers or the people and the dirtiness in the streets and whatever. So this is a very bad reflection. And I think these youngsters, one of the things that they need to do as ambassadors of Islam is to get these traits out and say, okay, this bunch will work on time management and teach it at their schools. And teach it, to imams or whoever, and tell them you need to talk about, the shoes cluttered outside with double or triple parking outside Jumu'ah, or cleanliness in the streets or whatever, because they're never too young or too old to carry the message as what proper Islam is, because the vision, right now is people are looking down at them. And you don't need to know a lot of Quran and fiqh and seerah and all these other things to just take a character trait and say, okay, we need to work on communication skills as Muslims. And how will I teach people through seerah or through whatever this thing? I used to have time management workshops for some of the schools that I was teaching at. And it really worked wonders, mashallah. Rather than the kids being couch potatoes over the summer holidays, they were getting jobs and they're taking graphics design and doing X, Y, and Z. Okay, so I think this younger generation need to get together somehow and be ambassadors of Islam and the character traits of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and do it in their innovative way. Not our generation, but your sort of interactive way, and with activities and PowerPoint presentations and video clips and whatever. So alhamdulillah, Amin's been mentoring quite a lot of people with what he was doing, whether it was the World Scholar Cup or some of the other teams or backstage or whatever you're doing, I don't know. But the younger ones, he'd usually try to help them out a little bit and teach them the skills that he gained throughout. But I think this is important as well.
Yeah, I mean, definitely that is wonderful. That's wonderful. I mean, how to, enrich, educate our kids, not only in terms of Islam.
Yeah.
No, it's not about accumulating knowledge without putting this knowledge into practice, into application. And you give the question of the parking lot. I'm gonna just tell you one little story. The mosque that I was in during last Ramadan, the parking lot, they have a big parking lot, but it's not enough for Fridays. For Friday and Jum'ah, you have to use the streets parking lots. That's other stuff. We had a church in front of the mosque, and then they asked the church people, "Can we use your parking lot?" I said, "Why not? Yes, you're most welcome to use it." Fine, perfect. I mean, you see how we engage with people. But then some Muslims, when they park inside the church parking lot, one of them, of course, again, double parking, and then one of them hit something in the wall of the church, and then he left without apologizing, without leaving a note, without saying anything. So the people of the church, of course, they had everything on camera. So they talked to the masjid people and told them, unfortunately, we can't host you anymore. Look for another place, because some of you did we won't accept that. We're not satisfied with that. So again, you see this minor thing that a normal Muslim did affects the whole community. The whole masjid community became affected now with this kind of little tiny thing that he thought that is very minor. So yes, the manner that we behave is more important than the word that we say. As we say, a living example. The Prophet ﷺ, Quran yamshi al ard. It's not a recitation. The voice, the wonderful voice of the Prophet ﷺ. It was he himself was a Quran walking on earth. So really, I hope that you guys, do your best in order to learn as much tools, as much skills as you can, because this is your what? I don't want to use the word sword, but this is your way to the future to do. If you want to be a representative, an ambassador for Islam, people look at what you do, and then when they know that you're a Muslim, then definitely their mindset, the stereotypes about Muslims will change. So really, I do hope that you look for support. You may support each other, you may help other kids, not only these two, but also other people in your community. But make this part of your mission. Don't say I'm still young. To do this. Let me wait until I become 20 or 25. No, it's not like this. It's not about age. It's about what can I offer others. Don't say that I'm not educated yet. I don't have enough knowledge to do something. Well, during the process of you doing this or helping others, you're going to learn from the process itself. The process is sometimes more productive than just learning a particular course. Okay, so let's start with some questions again as part of really feeling the connection. I would say the connection with Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. The first point or the first question is the question of the creation. Why we are created? Why Allah created us? Why we here on this world, on this earth? And imagine that you are a Muslim. Okay, so don't tell me to worship God. Okay, so imagine that you are non-Muslim and you don't believe in God. So tell me, give me a reason why you exist in this life.
can't say that worship God because God has his angels who worship him piously. They don't ever do anything that he doesn't want. You wouldn't believe, a non-Muslim would not even believe that it's just to worship God.
Okay, so why we're here? What's the purpose for being here?
It was just something that happened. We were just made, and we weren't made for a purpose. We're just here.
So no purpose.
No.
No purpose. Okay. Any other suggestion?
Are we talking under the main umbrella of the creation of Earth?
No, I'm talking about us. But we are humans.
Yeah.
Why we're here?
Depending on the perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of people say to develop the world, العمارة في الأرض,
Okay.
which I personally don't think is the main reason. Other Christians will tell you because of the sin of Eve, that it was basically as punishment of a sin.
Yeah, but again, even for Adam, why Adam is created?
Oh, okay.
So
I wouldn't actually encounter that particular topic. I would go further up
Mhm.
and I would talk about proof and evidence that Allah exists. Okay, and then open the door from there. I wouldn't go down the track of there is no purpose in life and that we're just created haphazardly. I would go through the methodology of this ultimate creation of the universe and the galaxies and whatever. They haven't been created haphazardly. It's like the intricate details, maybe a little bit of scientific evidence or whatever, talking about the wisdom behind this creation. And if there is wisdom behind this creation, then of course there is a God or Ilah who is almighty and all-knowing and is very meticulous in his creation. And then from there I would go down the route of if there is a higher creation of God or Allah or whatever, he must have the best attributes, and he must be, one of his attributes would be he would be fair. So a simple person would not be like an unsimple person. I don't know, maybe that might be a little bit too long, it depends on how many minutes I've got.
Yeah, good.
But explaining God's existence and his characteristics does not justify why you were created. You don't know the reason. You know that God exists, but in the end, why did he create you? Because I got that comment before and I didn't know how to answer. One of my friends was talking to me and she said she believes in God, alhamdulillah, and she said, I don't get why God created us. He can do anything in the world. Is it a game? Because she didn't understand that either.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. I mean,
I understand what you mean by when there has to be a high power between intricate details. But if you're talking about someone who doesn't believe in God, he's an atheist, and his entire basis is about the fact that this has all happened just as a result of collisions. Yeah, the Big Bang just happened. It just exploded, and the Earth was formed, and then there's bacteria, and then we came from monkeys or whatever. But
yeah, but that's the major misconception that he has, and that's why you need to rectify this.
But if you're saying how they believe we're created, if they don't believe in that, then they're not going to have a belief to why they're created. If they believe that they were just made through scientific
evolution,
not just evolutionism, scientific accidents, then what purpose would they have? What purpose is there to enact them?
Well, primarily you have to explain how they have to believe that there is a God to begin with. Because if they don't, then it is
Exactly.
a
So
sequence
that will
of
be your first priority.
scientific reactions, but that doesn't answer the question.
okay, good. Well, I mean, what a wonderful discussion we're having here. That's excellent. So, yes, this question of creation, it has to do with the existence of Allah Ta'ala and with the existence of a universe that is run according to a plan. It's not haphazardly. I mean, if you look to the university, we go and talk about science, talk about different things, and see if really things happen haphazardly or not. Yes, Big Bang, and I'm going to talk about this later on. But the question of the purpose, for Muslims is essential. That's why I'm talking about Muslims. I'm asking about non-Muslims because I want to give you the confusion that non-Muslims have when they talk about the purpose. They don't have a clear answer for that. But for Muslims, we do have a clear answer for that. This is my point. Okay, so when I ask the question about the purpose of the creation, non-Muslims, they are confused. They may say, there is no purpose, it just happened. Others will say, well, I'm here to amuse myself, the purpose of life, just amusing myself, whatever the reasons, but they are not convincing reasons. The Muslim would have a clear, vision about his mission in this life, which is, first, before I get into his clear vision about his mission in life, is a Muslim questioning the purpose of creation a legitimate question?
Sorry.
Is a Muslim questioning the purpose of creation a legitimate question? Is he correct in asking the question why I'm here, why I was created?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. 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 So the Muslim needs to question so that he would understand his mission. So it's not I'm a Muslim and that's it. Okay, no, I need to ask why I'm created, why I'm here, what's my mission, what's my purpose, and then to look into Allah Ta'ala because he believes in Him, and then Allah would tell him the answer for that question. So, what would be the answer for that question, the purpose of the creation?
For Muslims or
For Muslims now, I'm talking about
There are
Muslims now.
several ayahs. ما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. And the purpose thing, there's another ayah that says حسبتم أنما
خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون. Okay, so again, عبثا, do you think that He created you in vain? No, of course not. This Allah is asking this question of what's it called? استفهام تقريري. It's a question that that would, of course not. The answer is of course not. There is a purpose behind your creation. And تبارك الذي بيده الملك وعلى كل شيء قدير الذي خلق الموت والحياة ليبلوكم. So the question of ليبلوكم, to test you. So the purpose of creation for the Muslim is very clear. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is putting us here on earth in order to test us so that He will know who's good and who's bad and who's good and who follows orders and who won't follow orders, and then He will reward him Jannah at the end of at the end of his life. So the purpose of creation, is to test us on earth. Then and when you look at the scheme of life, yes.
Can I
Yes,
attack?
Sure. Yes. Go on.
That explains after the creation. But if God has all that power, why does He need to test us?
He doesn't.
He doesn't, exactly. Then why did He create us to begin with? He could have done anything else. Why did He create humans on the earth who will worship Him and who He will test?
Okay, good. The answer for this, or the response for this, that He is testing us. He is creating us.
For what intention?
For our benefit, not for Him. He won't serve Him. Our ibadah for Him. He doesn't need it. He doesn't need us. He doesn't need us. Then why He created us? I mean, when I create this is the delicate difference between our creation and other creation. A carpenter created this. He made this. What is the purpose of this? to benefit you sitting on it. This is created for a benefit that would benefit others. Okay? The creation of the human being is not meant for the service, for the benefit of the Creator, because the Creator doesn't need anyone to serve Him. It is meant to the benefit of the human being. We said that we're honored, we are blessed, we are dignified. Okay? This dignity doesn't come, I mean, if you're created and you're left to sit on, then you are not, there is no dignity here. You are dignified because you have the intellect, have the power to act, and then you decide what you do, and then this process, is made for the benefit of the person himself, not the person of God. And based on that cycle of, birth, the growth of the intellect, the growth of powers, the life in this life, and then death at the end. This cycle of life, each stage had its own features. So at a stage, you are brought within your family, you're given food, and then until you have your body and your mind and your intellect, you are now responsible. The question of responsibility comes in, and then you are responsible. You take care of yourself, take care of the people around you, and it goes on, and then you're dead. Then you come to the hereafter for accountability. So my point here, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala creates us to the benefit of us, not to the benefit of Him. So why He needs us? This question doesn't work here, because He doesn't need us. Why He created us? First of all, there is a wisdom behind this that stays with Allah wa ta'ala Himself. Okay, but the benefit that is but the benefit of the creation stays with man himself, not with Allah wa ta'ala. Again, when it comes to these questions, the question of belief comes first. I mean, the belief in God first. I mean, once you have the belief in God, then you believe in His wisdom. This is the point that she was talking about in the very beginning. Yes, we need to believe in God, because once you believe in Him, then you believe in His wisdom. Then you do not question His action, because if you question His action, you're going to question everything. So why He created the angels then?
No, for me it's understandable the thing.
هي الفكرة yes, you're right. So once you believe in the existence of God, you believe that He is wise and He has all these attributes, and then you can try and can attempt to explore His wisdom, and you will find different wisdoms based on different people's perspectives and attitudes.
This verse in Baqarah, when God tells the angels, إني جاعل في الأرض خليفة قالوا أتجعل فيها من يفسد فيها ويسفك الدماء ونحن نسبح God liked to create creations to worship Him, like angels, like people, jinn, like that. I said this is the wisdom from creations to worship God. He likes that. So He created us for this reason. وما خلقت الجن والإنس إلا ليعبدون. This is our mission, to worship God.
Okay, ليعبدون. We're going to talk about ليعبدون in a second, because يعبدون, what does mean, the word يعبدون?
يعرفون, knowing.
يعبدون, maybe this is general.
It's